Section 1 to 21 of Daodejing. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are license-free and in public possession. Further information and references to participate in this project can be found at LibriVox.org. Daodejing by Laozi, translated by Richard Wilhelm I. The meaning that can be expressed is not the eternal meaning. The name that can be called is not the eternal name. I call non-being the beginning of heaven and earth. I call being the mother of the individual. Therefore, the direction leads to the non-being, to the view of the wonderful being, the direction to the being, to the view of the spatial limitations. Both are one, close to the origin, and only different in name. In its unity, it is called the secret. The secret's even deeper secret is the gate through which all miracles occur. 2. If on earth all perceive the beautiful as beautiful, then the ugly is already set. If on earth all perceive the good as good, then the bad is already set. For being and non-being create one another. Heavy and light, they complete one another. Long and short, they shape one another. High and deep, they converge one another. Voice and sound, they mix one another. Before and after, they follow one another. So does the called one. He wanders in the clouds without action. He practices teaching without speaking. All beings emerge, and he does not refuse them. He creates and does not possess. He acts and does not retain. If the work is accomplished, he does not refuse. And just because he does not refuse, he does not remain abandoned. 3. The skilled do not prefer, so it is done that the people do not quarrel. Do not value preciousness, so it is done that the people do not steal. Show nothing desirable, so it is done that the people's heart does not become wild. That is why the called one rules. He empties their hearts and fills their bodies. He weakens their will and strengthens their bones. And does that the people remain without knowledge and without wishes, and ensures that those who know do not dare to act. He does not do that, so everything is fine. 4. The mind is always flowing, but he never runs over in his work. He is an abyss, like the flood of all things. He softens their sharpness, he loosens their versal, he softens their brilliance. He unites with their dust. He is deep and yet as real. I do not know whose son he is. He seems to be earlier than God. 5. Heaven and earth are not kind. To them are the people like straws, sacrificial dogs. The called one is not kind. To him are the people like straws, sacrificial dogs. The space between heaven and earth is like a flute, empty and does not fall together. Moved, more and more comes out of it, but many words exhaust themselves in it. It is better to keep the inner. 6. The spirit of the valley does not die. That means the dark woman. The gate of the dark woman. That means the root of heaven and earth, uninterrupted as it seems without effort. 7. Heaven is eternal and earth permanent. They are permanent and eternal because they do not live themselves. Therefore they can live forever. So also the called one. He puts himself at the back, and himself comes at the front. He expresses himself, and himself remains preserved. So it is not because he wants nothing of his own. Therefore his own is completed. 8. The highest virtue is like water. It is the virtue of water to use all beings without dispute. It dwells in places that despise all people. Therefore it is close to the sense. 9. When living, virtue appears on the place. When thinking, virtue appears in the depth. When giving, virtue appears in the love. When speaking, virtue appears in the truth. When walking, virtue appears in the order. When acting, virtue appears in the ability. When moving, virtue appears in the right time. He who does not claim himself remains free of virtue. 9. To hold on to something and to overfill it, that is not worth the effort. To have something in hand and to keep it always sharp, that cannot be kept for long. No one can protect a hall filled with gold and precious stones. To be rich and generous and to be high-spirited, that takes away the misfortune by itself. If the work is accomplished, then to withdraw. That is the sense of heaven. 10. Can you form your soul so that it embraces the one, without scattering? Can you make your power uniform and reach the softness that you become like a child? Can you clean your secret look so that it becomes free of stains? Can you love the people and direct the state so that you remain without knowledge? Can you, when the gates of heaven open and close, be like a hen? Can you penetrate everything with your inner clarity and purity without needing to act? To create and to nourish, to create and not to possess, to act and not to keep, to multiply and not to dominate, that is a secret life. 11. 30 spokes surround a navel. In their nothingness, there is the work of the car. One hollows clay and forms it into pots. In their nothingness, there is the work of the pots. One digs doors and windows so that the chamber becomes. In their nothingness, there is the work of the chamber. Therefore, what is, serves for possession. What is not, serves for work. 12. The 5 colors make the human eye blind. The 5 tones make the human ears deaf. The 5 kinds of roots make the human palate. Racing and hunting make the human heart great. Rare goods make the human transformation. That is why the called one works for the body and not for the eye. He removes the other and takes this. 13. Mercy is shameful like a fright. Honor is a great evil like the person. What does that mean? Mercy is shameful like a fright. Mercy is something inferior. One attains it and is like frightened. One loses it and is like frightened. That is, mercy is shameful like a fright. What does that mean? Honor is a great evil like the person. The reason why I experience great evil is that I have a person. If I don't have a person, what evil could I experience? Therefore, one who honors the world in his person, one can entrust the world to him. One who loves the world in his person, one can give the world to him. 14. One looks at him and does not see it. His name is germ. One listens to him and does not hear it. His name is fine. One grasps at him and does not feel it. His name is small. These 3 cannot be separated. Therefore, they form a mixture. His upper part is not light. His lower part is not dark. Uninterrupted sourcing. He returns back to the non-being. That means the formless form, the thingless form. That means the dark, chaotic. One does not see his antelope going towards him. One does not see his backside following him. If one holds on to the meaning of old age, in order to grasp the being of today, one can know the old beginning. That means the continuous thread of meaning. 15. Those who were skillful before old age as masters were in the hidden one with the invisible forces. They were deep, so that one cannot know them. Because one cannot know them, one can only describe their appearance with effort. Hesitating like one who crosses a river in winter. Cautious like one who fears neighbors from all sides. Hesitating like guests. Passing like ice that is melting. Simple like unprocessed fabric. They were wide like the valley. They were opaque like the gloom. Who can, like you, gradually clear the gloom through silence? Who can, like you, gradually create the peace through duration? One who preserves this sense does not desire fullness, because only because he has no fullness he can be small. Avoid the new and reach the completion. 16. Create emptiness to the highest. Be the silence to the fullest. All things may arise at the same time. I see how they turn, the things in all their abundance. Each returns to his root. Return to the root means silence. Silence means turning to fate. Turning to fate means eternity. Realization of eternity means clarity. If one does not recognize the eternal, one comes into ignorance and sin. If one recognizes the eternal, one becomes dull. Dullness leads to justice. Justice leads to dominion. Dominion leads to heaven. Heaven leads to sense. Sense leads to duration. One does not come into danger all one's life. 17. Dominate a great one, so the people know hardly that he is there. Fewer are loved and praised. Even fewer are feared. Even fewer are despised. As one thinks, one must be in one's words. The works are done, the businesses go their course, and the people think all. We are free. 18. The great sense goes to the ground, so there is gentleness and duty. Cleverness and knowledge arise, so there are the great lies. Relatives become unequal, so there is child duty and love. The states are confused, so there are the faithful officials. 19. Abolish holiness, abolish knowledge, so the people will win 100-fold. Abolish sensuality, abolish duty, so the people will return to child duty and love. Abolish skillfulness, abolish profit, so there will be no more thieves and robbers. 20. In these 3 pieces, the beautiful light is not sufficient. That is why people should be able to hold on to something. 21. Show simplicity, hold on to loudness. 22. Reduce selfishness, reduce desires, give up leniency, so you will be free of worries. 20. Between certain and yes. What is the difference? Between good and evil, what is the difference? What the people honor, one must honor. O loneliness, how long do you last? All people are so radiant, as if it were a great sacrifice, as if they rose to the towers in the spring. Only I am so hesitant. I have no sign yet, like a baby who cannot yet laugh. restless, driven around, as if I had no home. All people have abundance, only I am like forgotten. I have the heart of a gate, so wild and dark. The people of the world are bright, ah so bright, only I am like gloomy. The people of the world are clever, ah so clever, only I'm like locked up in myself. Restless, ah as if the sea, wobbling, ah without rest. All people have their purposes, only I am humble like a beggar. I alone am different from the people, but I think it's worth it to look for food with the mother. 21. The great content of life follows the sense entirely. The sense causes things, so chaotic, so dark. Chaotic dark are images in it. Chaotic dark are things in it. Unreasonably dark is seed in it. This seed is completely true. In it is reliability. From old age to today, the names cannot be denied, to oversee all things. How do I know all things kind? By looking. End of 21.